Welcome to Chess Chops. As you can see the title, Rooks impending its own king's movement. Here we'll understand how opponent's two rooks obstruct its own king movement. Here there's a beautiful knight sacrifice and rook sacrifice. Let us get into the game and analyze. I was playing with white pieces and my opponent was playing with black pieces. Moved knight into the action. A6, knight, bishop, knight. Here I've played this so that attacking this knight for a knight exchange. So bishop support to this knight. Castled. Here opponent played a blunder by moving this, because if this takes, then there would be a double attack on not only on king but also on this rook. So there's a loss of material, that's why it's a blunder. So we need to take that. Here instead of taking with bishop, he just moved the queen. So knight escape. He took the bishop. There's a bishop exchange. Here pawn was pushed so that if the opponent doesn't take it, we could take this. They can take our knight. So we need to move. Knight out. Black king castled. Knight moved. Here, if this is a border, this knight has crossed the border and entered into our king. So it's a bit dangerous. So we need to send it away by attacking this knight. Here it is moved to this corner. Here we have attacked the queen. Bishop takes, and again we are attacking the knight with our knight. Queen with our knight. Queen moved. We have taken this because there was a knight exchange with bishop. Pawn takes, because to ruin these kings. Now king is a bit exposed now, and there's a double pawn which is somewhat not good. So now this queen is ahead to d2 to attack this pawn. So there is no support for this pawn. That's why the opponent played king to g7 to support this pawn. Now we have moved ahead to f4 so that we can keep check for the next move. Obviously this knight is a bit dangerous because it has crossed the border and entered into the king's kingdom, opponent's kingdom. So it's better to push away this so that we can attack with pawn. Now we have kept the check. The only option left for king to move to the corner. As our knight is under attack with pawn, it's high time for to move this knight. Attacking. Now this is open file. The rook is attacking the king. Queen to the corner. Here opponent moved this rook here so that this rook also enters here and pressuring this g3 pawn. Putting pressure on g3 pawn. Here we have moved this so that get support. This queen also had pressure at this g4 pawn. As you can see, number of attackers have increased. 2 attackers so far. Now queen exchange, so that to remove pressure on this g4 pawn. Queen moved, no queen exchange. Attacking this pawn so that if this removed, putting pressure on g4 pawn. Queen exchange. Black denied and took the pawn, attacking the queen. And here this is very powerful rook at 7th rank. See, this is 7th rank. Here rook is there. It has entered into the opponent's king, so it's a bit powerful and dangerous for opponent. So here pawn takes pawn. here pawn. Here, as we have understood, here these two rooks on g file, putting pressure on this g4 pawn. If if this rook takes this, then it would be a double attack on queen and king. Check. There's no support for this g4 pawn. It would be a double attack on queen and king. We lose queen here. Here, now this is a wonderful move. We have sacrificed this knight as it is under attack by this pawn. Here it is not only moved ahead, it's also supporting this g4 pawn. Here if it is takes also, we can take with knight. Here it's a brilliant move because we have sacrificed knight which is of 3 points. Obviously the pawn takes. Here we have not only sacrificed her knight but also a rook which is of 5 points. Here the purpose of sacrificing this 5 points rook is so that this becomes an open file and this second rook enters into the action. So far this is inactive, but with this rook sacrifice the king would be more exposed so that we can trouble the opponent's king with queen and rook. Obviously the king has no option here. It has to take the rook. Now here we should not play a rook check. It would be a miss because the king moves here and there is no follow up here. We can't keep check like this. We can't keep because there is rook, and also we can't keep check here. So in this position the best move is to keep check with queen. Here as you can see, these two rooks of opponents are obstructing the king movement. They are literally obstructing. So in this position the king has to move to here or here. If the king moves to the corner, then check. This rook covers, then it would be a checkmate. So in this position the rooks can cover. What if this is covered with this rook, the bottommost rook? Then it would be checkmate. See, it can't move here and there is no other power or animal to defend this check. What if this check is covered by this rook? Then this rook enters into the action. Check. Now this rook can cover this check. It is forced to do so. Now we can take this rook. The king is forced to take it. Now we'll understand how this pawn plays a vital role here by keeping the checkmate. It's supporting this queen. So this pawn also playing a vital role in keeping checkmate. Here even if the king moves here, then that would be a check here. If this moves here, then here check. Okay, this is pinned here. Is a checkmate. Okay, here it can move and here there's a checkmate here. So here turning point is not only this knight sacrifice but also this rook sacrifice. Here what if this knight is not taken by this pawn? Say like if it was played by something like this, then also it is a checkmate because check. Obviously we need to take this and there's a checkmate here. We can keep check with checkmate with knight or rook. Either way it is a checkmate. you can understand how this rook at 7th rank is so powerful. It is obstructing king's movement here. And also with this we can understand how these two rooks are blocking king's movement here. King is forced to take. Here is a checkmate. I hope you have enjoyed this game analysis, guys. Thank you.